presenting Speak English, a course in spoken English by Samson Thomas. Book 9. Page 1. A. Ganesh and Karthik are talking about Karthik's new house. Listen to the conversation.
Congratulations, Karthik. I heard that you've moved to your new house. How do you like it?
It's quite spacious, thank you.
Girija told me that your father has designed it himself.
That's right. He has a flair for arranging things.
Where exactly is your new house?
It's in VV Nagar, on street number 8. Ours is the 6th house on the left.
I think I know where it is. It's on the same road as the VV Nagar shopping mall, right?
The shopping mall's on street number 7. You'll come to our street after you pass the shopping mall.
I think I know the street. There is a red and white high-rise building on your street, isn't there?
Yes, the RK Hotel. But that's at the end of the street. You don't have to go so far to get to my house. As you turn into street number 8, you'll see a few houses on your left. Ours is a blue and white house.
I think I've seen the house. It has a black and white wrought iron gate, doesn't it?
That's our neighbor's house. Ours has a black gate with floral designs on it. Why don't you drop by one of these days? My parents would love to meet you.
That'll be nice. Thanks for the invitation.
How about this Sunday? Are you free Sunday afternoon?
I'm afraid I have to visit my aunt this Sunday. She lives alone, so someone from the family visits her during weekends.
I'm sure she welcomes company. How about Saturday night then?
I'm free on Saturday. What would be a good time to visit you?
Come around 7. We can talk for a while and have dinner around 8. We have an early dinner, you see.
That's settled then. I'll meet you on Saturday.
Sure. Do call me if you can't find your way.
Sure. Thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention it. Please don't bring any gifts.
Oh, but I'm sure you wouldn't mind my bringing some homemade sweets. They come with my mother's best wishes.
I guess that's all right. But please don't put yourself out. I can always enjoy the sweets when I visit you.
That's no trouble at all. See you on Saturday.
See you.
Page 2A. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. My brother Austin, together with his friend Muhammad, is going to Delhi tomorrow. 2. Neeraj, as well as his wife Suguna, was ill the whole of last week. 3. The political leader, accompanied by her supporters, is entering the railway station. 4. Raghav, along with his sister and business partner Rashi, is opening a new restaurant.
'C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. The Sharmas, along with their grandchild, are going on a week-long holiday to Singapore. 2. My nephew Roshan, together with his friend Srinath, has done a good science project. 3. The hotel manager, accompanied by 2 of his event planners, is meeting the customer to discuss the wedding arrangements. 4. The doctor, as well as the nurse, is responsible for the improvement in the patient's condition. 5. Karen, along with Natasha, is going shopping this evening. 6. Shabaz, Abbas and Arbaz are identical triplets.
Page 3A. Sushma and Aisha are talking about their hobbies. Listen to the conversation.
Hello, Sushma. Hey, that's a lot of DVDs.
I enjoy watching films in my free time. I love supernatural thrillers.
How interesting. Only men were supposed to like horror films.
Bah, such ideas are so outdated. No one takes them seriously.
True. I'm a bit old-fashioned though. I love watching romantic films.
Really? I'm not terribly fond of them.
I know what you mean. You can't stand them, right?
I can't hide much from you, can I? But I guess we all have our choices.
We do. What kind of music do you like?
I adore hard rock. How about you? Are you fond of music?
Of course. But I have a slightly different taste. I'm a big fan of Carnatic vocal music.
I see. I suppose you simply detest Western music.
Not really. I don't mind Western music, but I'm not a huge fan.
I know what you mean. Do you like cooking?
I don't mind putting together the occasional meal.
Sounds like we have something in common after all. I don't care much for cooking either.
I don't mind chopping vegetables or doing the dishes. In fact, I help my mother in the kitchen whenever she's short of help.
Me too. But I prefer grocery or vegetable shopping to kitchen chores.
Don't we all? It gives us a chance to zoom around town on our scooters.
Exactly. But it is important to know how to cook. It is a life skill we all must have.
I agree. In fact, I'm planning to attend cookery classes this summer.
Cookery classes? That's interesting.
I see you don't have much faith in them.
Personally, I think that they're a waste of time.
I thought I'd just give it a try.
I guess that's fine. I hope you let me try some of the delicacies you're going to make.
Don't worry. You'll be the first one I'll invite over for dinner.
Thanks. Page 5. A. Expressing attitudes. Listen and repeat these dialogues.
Do you like this jacket, sir?
It's okay.
Let me show you a few more.
I love television serials. Interesting. I know you don't think highly of them.
What do you think of our company's new Roadstar motorbike?
I like it, in a way.
I know, it isn't as sleek as the 2010 model.
I'm passionate about books. Do you like reading books?
Well, I don't mind travelogues.
Oh, I forgot you're a travel buff.
Page 6. C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. I love football. Do you like football?
I don't mind watching World Cup football games.
You're a cricket fan, aren't you?
2. I think this shirt will look good on you.
It's okay.
Would you like a t-shirt then?
3. Bengali sweets are delicious, aren't they?
I don't mind rasgullas.
I think you prefer South Indian sweets. 4. I bought a pair of red cotton trousers and a green t-shirt.
Interesting choice.
You don't approve of my choice, do you?
5. What do you think of my new hairstyle? I like it, in a way. You think I look better when I wear my hair in plaits, don't you?
Page 7a. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. Neither of the teams was able to score quick runs. 2. Either Mani or I am mistaken. 3. Someone in the class has sent an email to the local newspaper. 4. Several of my friends have seen the film. 5. Few of us understand computer terminology.
Page 8c. Listen to see if you were right.
1. Both Mohit and Ranbir were late to school. 2. Neither Nagesh nor Kishore is Suri's brother. 3. Everyone in the hall was thrilled by the magician's last trick. 4. My friends Ravi, Manish, Vamshi, Manoj and Ketan are participating in a quiz competition. 5. No one knows where Sudesh has gone. 6. Either Kadir or his brother is in the army.
Page 10b. Listen to the poem and practice saying it aloud.
Lord Neptune by Judith Nichols. Build me a castle, the young boy cried, as he tapped his father's knee. But make it tall and make it wide, with a king's throne just for me. An echo drifted on the wind, sang deep and wild and free. Oh, you can be king of the castle, but I am lord of the sea. Give me your spade, the father cried. Let's see what we can do. We'll make it wide so it holds the tide, with a fine throne just for you. He dug deep down in the firm, damp sand, for the tide was falling fast. The moat was deep, the ramparts high, and the turrets tall and vast. Now I am king, the young boy cried, and this is my golden throne. I rule the sands, I rule the seas, I'm lord of all lands alone. The Sand King ruled from his golden court, and it seemed the wind had died. But at dusk his throne sank gently down in Neptune's rolling tide. And an echo rose upon the wind, sang deep and wild and free. Oh, you may be king of the castle, but I am lord of the sea.
Page 11a. Making tentative statements. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. I've heard that the shop offers a genuine discount on all articles. 2. People say that he was an excellent actor but did not get the right roles. 3. As far as I know, RMS is the only women's college in this town. 4. I could be wrong, but I think the school was established in 1959. 5. I was told that he represented his state in tennis. 6. To the best of my knowledge, this is the only train to Chennai.
Page 12b. Listen to see if you were right.
1. I have heard that the school provides liberal education to its students. 2. People say that she was a very beautiful woman when she was young. 3. As far as I know, this is the only filling station in this area. 4. I could be wrong, but I think Miss Razia is the 18th principal of the school. 5. I was told that we should report at the sports center at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Page 13a. Expressing certainty. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. I'm quite sure that this will help you do well in your examinations. 2. There's no doubt that students who study with interest pass their exams with flying colors. 3. Clearly, this is not what parents expect from their children. 4. I'm 100% certain that the new classrooms will make learning very interesting. 5. I'm utterly convinced that today's students learn a lot about the world on the internet.
14C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. I'm quite sure that yoga will help you keep your asthma under control. 2. There's no doubt that people who exercise regularly live a long and happy life. 3. Clearly, free compulsory education alone can solve the problem of child labor. 4. I'm quite sure that children who help their parents with domestic chores excel in their studies. 5. I'm utterly convinced that educating people about personal hygiene is the only way to wipe out many infectious diseases.
Page 15A. Listen to a familiar story with an interesting ending. Look at the pictures.
Grunts of Wisdom. One fine summer morning, two friends, Parthiv and Anurag, were walking through a forest. Parthiv had to visit his grandfather, who lived in a remote village on the other side of the forest. He had been nervous about walking through the forest all alone, so he had persuaded Anurag to go with him. It was a pleasant morning. They were moving along a narrow jungle path. All around them were tall trees, green and brown shrubs, and creepers with lovely flowers that swayed gently in the morning breeze. The air was cool and fresh. It was filled with the scent of wild grass and flowers. The forest was full of life. The squirrels were darting across their path. The sunbirds were busy feeding on flowers. The koel was feeding on the green and yellow neem fruit. And the late owl stood in a tree hollow, looking totally lost. They heard the soft tap, tap, tap of the woodpecker on top of a dead tree, and listened to the chirping of 1,000 little birds in the bushes near them. Soon they reached a clearing covered with lush green grass, with 1,000,000 blue star-shaped flowers peering through the grass. They were busy admiring the sight when a fierce-looking bear emerged from nowhere. "What shall we do now?" Anurag whispered to Parthiv. When he got no reply, he turned around only to see Parthiv frantically climbing up the closest tree. Unlike his unreliable friend, Anurag could not climb a tree. He knew only too well that he could not escape from the fast and furious bear by outrunning it. He quickly decided to follow the advice he found in a book titled How to Survive in the Jungle. He lay motionless on the ground, holding his breath, his eyes tightly closed. The bear sniffed around his head for a few minutes and moved away, disappearing into the thick undergrowth. When Anurag opened his eyes, he saw Parthiv standing near him. "The bear seemed to tell you something. What did it tell you?" Parthiv asked eagerly. "Well, it gave me good advice," Anurag replied. "It said, 'You're a terrible actor, pal. You better learn to climb trees if you want to survive in the jungle. And yes, ask your friend here to teach you how to save your own skin.'"
Page 17B. Listen to see if you were right.
Dinesh, David, and Prasun were camping in a forest at the foothills of the Himalayas. The three friends were nature lovers. It had been their dream to camp in the forest to enjoy the sights, sounds, and smells of the forest. Dinesh was relaxing in a hammock, reading a book on the wildlife of the Himalayas. In sharp contrast to his friend's sedentary pastime, David was busy shooting the flitting butterflies for his wildlife photo album. Prasun was walking around, looking for interesting samples for his rock collection. Suddenly, they saw a well-grown tiger moving towards them. At first, they froze in their tracks with fear. They managed to gather their wits, however, and moved slowly towards the tent. "Don't make any sudden movements," Dinesh whispered. "I've read in a book that sudden movement might alarm the tiger and it might attack people. Stay still and it will go away." "Sounds like good advice," said David in a nervous whisper. "But has the tiger read your book?"
Page 18a. Avoiding giving information. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. I'm not at liberty to say who set the chemistry question paper. 2. Let me get back to you on the result of this interview. 3. I'm sorry, the information you want is confidential. 4. Sorry, that's personal. 5. I'd rather not talk about it.
Page 20b. Listen to the poem and practice saying it aloud.
My Doves by Louisa May Alcott. Opposite my chamber window, on the sunny roof at play, high above the city's tumult, flocks of doves sit day by day, shining necks and snowy bosoms, little rosy tripping feet, twinkling eyes and fluttering wings, cooing voices low and sweet. Graceful games and friendly meetings do I daily watch and see, for these happy little neighbors always seem at peace to be. On my window ledge to lure them, crumbs of bread I often strew, and behind the curtain hiding, watch them flutter to and fro. Soon they cease to fear the giver, quick are they to feel my love, and my arms are freely taken by the shyest little dove. In soft flight they circle downward, peep in through the window pane, stretch their gleaming necks to greet me, peck and coo and come again. Faithful little friends and neighbors, for no wintry wind or rain, household cares or airy pastimes can my loving birds restrain. Other friends forget or linger, but each day I surely know that my doves will come and leave here little footprints in the snow. So they teach me the sweet lesson that the humblest may give help and hope, and in so doing learn the truth by which we live. For the heart that freely scatters simple charities and loves lures home content and joy and peace like a soft-winged flock of doves.
Page 22a. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. The bench is 6 feet long. 2. The carpet is 2 inches thick. 3. The table has a weight of 10 kilograms. 4. The desk has a width of 2 feet. 5. The depth of the well is 30 meters.
C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. The plot of land has a length of 200 feet and a width of 150 feet. 2. The road has a width of 20 feet. 3. The depth of the swimming pool is 10 feet. 4. The wall is 20 feet high. 5. The baby panda has a weight of 14 pounds.
Page 23A. Abid, Akshay, Kumar and Manju are discussing ways of helping their friend Rinju with her history lessons. Listen to the conversation.
Rinju isn't her usual cheerful self these days.
What's the matter with her? She's worried about social studies. I think she has difficulty remembering facts, capital cities of countries, famous personalities, political leaders, important dates and the like.
I have an idea. If we can help her with that, she'll breeze through the social science exam.
What do you suggest we do?
Let's teach her some techniques to remember names and dates.
Are there such techniques? I haven't heard of them before.
Come on, Kumar. I'm sure you use acronyms to remember names of places or people. Don't we all remember the 7 continents by Annecy? Don't we have homes for the Great Lakes of North America?
Let's create a few acronyms to help Rinju remember important names and places. Who'd like to do this?
I'll take care of that.
That's settled then. Akshay will create a few acronyms. He'll also show Rinju how to create acronyms.
We could also encourage her to use an acrostic to remember details.
What is an acrostic?
It is a sentence we form just to remember a few details. The first letter of each of the words in the sentence stands for a name. One of the most famous examples is the sentence, "My very educated mother just served us noodles." This sentence makes it easy to remember the planets of the solar system and their distance from the sun. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
I'll help her with the acrostics.
Good. We could also teach her to use rhymes to remember important facts.
What an interesting idea. I think Manju is the right person for this job. I agree. Manju will take care of the rhymes. We'll help her find a few rhymes from the internet.
I watched an interview with a math whiz kid. He said that he visualized numbers. Will this technique work with dates?
Of course it will. Look at advertisements. They use color, shape and position to make us remember the information. I often write down important dates in different colors and shapes.
My cousin Lakshmi writes down formulas on slips of paper and pastes them on the door of her room. She says she remembers each formula by associating it with a particular section of the door.
That's a very good idea. Kumar, why don't you help Rinju visualize names and dates? You could ask Lakshmi for some more useful tips. I'm sure she has a good number of them.
I'll do that.
We'll meet next Friday and compare notes. Is that okay with everyone?
Sure.
Page 25A. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. The box is about 5 feet long. 2. The approximate width of each plank is 5 feet. 3. The coconut tree has a height of over 15 feet. 4. The top speed of the sports car is a little over 300 kilometers per hour. 5. The weight of the tennis racket is a little under 160 grams.
Page 26C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. The car was moving at a speed of about 180 kilometers an hour. 2. Rakesh's school bag weighs nearly 9 kilograms. 3. Sheetal is a little under 6 feet tall. 4. The approximate number of students in our school is 2,500. 5. The museum wall is over 10 feet high.
Page 27A. Listen to the text about microwave ovens.
Ever wondered why people say microwave ovens cook food from the inside out? Cooking food from the inside is a simple way of explaining microwave cooking, where the heat does not have to be conducted thermally through the food. Instead, heat is generated inside the food. Microwaves are electromagnetic waves that cause heating within food by making water and fat molecules rotate fairly evenly throughout the food. This rotation produces energy in the form of heat. Microwave ovens use various combinations of electrical circuits and mechanical devices to produce and control the microwave energy. The rate and degree of heating depend on the depth and density of the food, as well as its ability to conduct heat. For instance, 100 milliliters of water needs 2.2 times more heat to warm up than 100 milliliters of milk. Food types that heat up fastest consist of freely moving molecules, which are easily rotated by microwave energy. Microwave ovens range from about 500 to 2000 watts. A microwave oven of high wattage and low volume cooks food very fast. Until recently, microwave ovens cooked by heating up the water molecules in food. One could not bake cakes or roast meat and vegetables using a microwave oven. Today, microwave ovens come with halogen light bulbs and other broiling elements to make meat and vegetables crisp and dry.
B. Listen to these sentences. What does each of these sentences express? Tick the right boxes.
1. Microwave ovens cook food by making water and fat molecules rotate throughout the food. 2. In conventional cooking, heat is conducted thermally through the food. 3. Rotation of molecules produces heat. 4. The rate and degree of heating depends on the depth and density of food. 5. Water needs more heat to warm up than milk.
Page 28A. Sampath is entertaining his guest from the USA. Listen to the conversation.
I'm going to treat you to a typical South Indian meal. I hope you don't mind trying out new things.
Of course not. I'm sure it's delicious.
The South Indian meal is a 3-course affair. We start with steamed rice, dal, which is steamed and mashed yellow lentil in a gravy. We also have some chopped, shallow-fried vegetables. The second course is steamed rice and rasam, a kind of a soup made with tamarind juice, tomatoes, chilies, and other spices. We end the meal with some rice and yogurt.
I see. Sounds very tempting.
Our meal is ready. Why don't we move to the dining table?
Sure.
This is a banana leaf. It's hygienic, and what's more, it adds flavor to the food.
How interesting. It spares you the trouble of washing the plates, and it's totally environment friendly.
Exactly. Let's have the first course. You may have to wait for a couple of minutes to let the rice cool.
Do I mix everything together?
Just the rice and the lentil gravy. The vegetables are accompaniments.
Okay.
We add some clarified butter called ghee to the rice-lentil mix. Would you like to try some ghee?
Yes, please.
Here it is. Mix it with your hand.
I love the flavor.
I'm glad you like it. I hope the vegetables aren't too spicy.
Not at all. I like my food a little spicy.
Bite into the sweet if you find it spicy.
I think I'll save the sweet for the end.
Don't bother. We'll serve you some chilled South Indian dessert. Would you like some rice and rasam?
I'd love some.
Here you are.
It's tangy and delicious.
And it aids digestion. Let me serve you some more vegetables.
Just a little, please. Thank you.
How about some rice and yogurt?
I think I'll skip the final course if you don't mind. I'm too full.
Sure. You can try some dessert a little later.
Thanks for the lovely meal and your warm hospitality.
Thank you for being such a sport.
Page 30A. Listen to this question. It can be spoken in two different ways.
1. Do you like coffee or tea? 2. Do you like coffee or tea?
In the first example, the voice goes up at the end of the sentence. The question can have several answers.
I like coffee.
I like tea.
I don't like either.
I like both.
I like hot chocolate.
In the second example, the voice goes up towards the end of the sentence and comes down at the end of the sentence. The question can have only a few answers.
I like coffee.
I like tea.
I like both.
I don't like either.
Page 31B. Listen to these questions. Does each question have only a few answers or many answers? Tick the right box.
1. Are you traveling to Chennai or Hyderabad? Are you traveling to Chennai or Hyderabad? 2. Does she like Chinese or continental? Does she like Chinese or continental? 3. Did you order a sandwich or a burger? Did you order a sandwich or a burger? 4. Do you like strawberry, vanilla or chocolate? Do you like strawberry, vanilla or chocolate? 5. Do you enjoy heavy metal or rap music? Do you enjoy heavy metal or rap music?
Page 33B. Listen to the poem and try to read it the way the reader recited it.
In Daddy's Arms by Folami Abiyad. In Daddy's arms I am tall and close to the sun and warm in Daddy's arms. In Daddy's arms I can see over the fence out back. I can touch the bottom leaves of the big magnolia tree in Cousin Suki's yard in Daddy's arms. In my Daddy's arms, the moon is close, closer at night time when I can almost touch it, when it grins back at me from the wide, twinkling skies. In Daddy's arms, I am tall, taller than Benny and my friends Aid and George, taller than Uncle Billy, and best of all, I am eyeball even Steven with my big brother Jamal. In my Daddy's arms, I am strong and dark like him, and laughing happier than the circus clowns, with red painted grins. When Daddy spins me round and round, and the whole world is crazy upside down, I am big and strong and proud like him. In Daddy's arms, my Daddy.
Page 34A. Ritesh is talking to his friend Mervyn on the phone. Mervyn is telling him where to find the information for his science project. The line is bad, so Mervyn's instructions are not clear. Listen to the conversation.
I go to the search engine and do what?
School science projects.
Can you repeat that, Mervyn?
School science projects.
Okay. What next?
It will display related to science projects.
It'll display what?
A few.
I think I know what you mean. Go on.
The link called Wonderful Science Activities.
I'm afraid I can't hear you. Please repeat the first part.
The link called Wonderful Science Activities.
I see. Please go on.
It'll open an interesting website of science projects. You can choose the project you like from the list.
An interesting website with what?
Science projects.
I see. Does it also tell you how to go about doing the project?
What's more, it tells you the approximate cost of each project.
Thanks, Merv. I'll call you after I check the information out.
Page 35C. Listen to see if you were right.
I go to the search engine and do what?
Type School Science Projects.
Can you repeat that, Mervyn?
Type School Science Projects.
Okay. What next?
It will display a few websites related to science projects.
It'll display what?
A few websites.
I think I know what you mean. Go on.
Double-click the link called Wonderful Science Activities.
I'm afraid I can't hear you. Please repeat the first part.
Double-click the link called Wonderful Science Activities.
I see. Please go on.
It'll open an interesting website with a list of science projects. You can choose the project you like from the list.
An interesting website with what?
A list of science projects.
I see. Does it also tell you how to go about doing the project?
It does. What's more, it tells you the approximate cost of each project.
Thanks, Merv. I'll call you after I check the information out.
Bye.
Page 36A. Attracting people's attention. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. Excuse me, could you please direct me to Mr. Das's cabin? 2. I beg your pardon. Do you know where Mr. Ghosh lives? 3. Pardon me, could you lend me your pen? 4. Sorry, do you think you can give me change for $100 bill?
Page 37A. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. Anand went inside the house to answer the phone. It was hot, so Anand went inside. 2. When do you usually go out? The wallet slipped out of my hand and all the bills fell out of it. 3. The crowd wouldn't let us go through. The police wouldn't let us walk through the accident site. 4. We were standing around waiting for Revati. We were moving around the cinema hall looking for Revati. 5. I invited my friends over for my birthday. Suraj moved over to make room for his friend.
Page 38C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. Slide the knob over to display the word in. 2. Prameet Singh went down to Chennai to attend a seminar. 3. A dozen or so teacups fell out of the box. 4. He drove through the city at top speed. 5. When we were about to leave, Shrikant walked in.
Page 39A. Conversation fillers. Listen and repeat these conversations.
1. How much does it cost?
Let me see. I think it's about 2,000 rupees.
2. Where did you go first?
Let's see. We went to the city museum and from there to the zoo.
3. Please sing a Hindi song for us.
Okay, what shall I sing for you? Do you like ghazals?
4. Who is the man in a black suit?
Well, I guess it is the bride's uncle.
5. How's the food in that hotel?
It's okay. You know, slightly spicy, but quite okay.
41C. Listen to see if you were right. Rahul, Arti and Shekhar are sharing a few jokes.
Have you heard this one? A young man agreed to babysit one night so a new mother could have an evening out. At bedtime, he sent the youngsters upstairs to bed and settled down to watch football. One child kept creeping down the stairs, but the young man kept sending him back to bed. At 9 p.m., the doorbell rang. It was the next-door neighbor, Mrs. Brown, asking whether her son was there. The young man rudely replied, "No." Just then, a little head appeared over the banister and shouted, "I'm here, Mom, but he won't let me go home."
That's a good one. Do you know this one? Paul came thundering down the stairs, much to his father's annoyance. "Paul," he called, "how many more times have I got to tell you to come down the stairs quietly? Now, go back up and come down like a civilized human being." There was a silence, and Paul reappeared in the front room. "That's better," said his father. "Now will you always come down the stairs like that?" "Suits me," said Paul. "I slid down the banister."
That's really funny. Listen to this. "Is your mother home?" the salesman asked the small boy who was playing just outside a house. "Yeah, she's home," the boy said, scooting over to let him past. The salesman rang the doorbell, got no response, knocked once, then again. Still no one came to the door. Turning to the boy, the fellow said, "I thought you said your mother was home." The boy replied, "She is, but this isn't where I live."
That's a cool one, Shekhar.
Page 42A. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. I want to watch the film because I'm a big fan of Johnny Depp. 2. I know he made the wrong choice. That bike is a guzzler. 3. I think they have bought a Tata Nano. 4. Before Galileo, people believed that the earth was flat. 5. Nisha has obtained 3 degrees after she finished schooling.
Page 45B. Listen to the poem and practice saying it aloud.
Beautiful Hands by Emma M.H. Gates. Such beautiful, beautiful hands. They're neither white nor small, and you, I know, would scarcely think that they were fair at all. I've looked on hands whose form and hue a sculptor's dream might be, Yet are these aged, wrinkled hands most beautiful to me. Such beautiful, beautiful hands. Though heart were weary and sad, these patient hands kept toiling on, that the children might be glad. I almost weep when looking back to childhood's distant day. I think how these hands rested not when mine were at their play. Such beautiful, beautiful hands. They're growing feeble now, and time and pain have left their mark on hand and heart and brow. Alas, alas, the nearing time, and the sad, sad day to me, when 'neath the daisies out of sight, these hands must folded be. But oh, beyond the shadowy lands, when all is bright and fair, I know full well these dear old hands will palms of victory bear, when crystal streams through endless years flow over golden sands, and where the old are young again, I'll clasp my mother's hands.
Page 46A. Aaron, Rishabh and Kishore are Boy Scouts camping in the forest. Listen to their conversation.
I'm famished. There's some nice juicy yellow berries on the bush near the camp. I think I will eat a few.
Don't go anywhere near them. They're poisonous.
How can you tell?
White and yellow berries are generally poisonous.
Try the crimson fruit on the cactus over there. I'm sure it tastes good.
That's not a good idea. Thorny plants are often poisonous.
I see. Let's light a fire and roast a few mushrooms. I saw a few of them around the boulder behind the camp.
I'd avoid wild mushrooms if I were you. You can never tell whether they're poisonous or not.
Oh no, what shall we eat then?
The trees around the pond are loaded with violet oval-shaped fruit. I think they are safe to eat. I've collected a few of them. You could try one if you like.
Is that really safe, Aaron?
It is okay to bite into one. If it tastes bitter or soapy, spit it out and rinse your mouth at once.
Let me try one. Oh no, it does. Get me some water quickly to rinse my mouth. Thank you. Oh dear, I think we'll have to survive on water.
Don't worry. I've collected enough cassava roots to last us for a couple of days. They taste lovely when roasted.
Cassava roots? Never heard of them.
I'm sure you've heard of tapioca.
Oh, tapioca! I love it. Let me collect a few dry sticks and start a fire.
I'll help you with it.
And I will wash the roots.
Page 48A. Starting a presentation. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. May I have your attention, please? 2. Let's get started, shall we? 3. Perhaps we should begin. 4. With your permission, I'd like to begin my presentation.
B. Listen and tick the right boxes.
1. Welcome to this group presentation.
2. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Fatima Sheikh.
3. I'm Surya Menon, a Class 9 student of SDK High School.
4. Thank you for coming today.
5. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
6. On behalf of my group, I welcome you to this presentation.
Page 49A. Arul and Ganesh are talking about the presentation on a science project that one of their classmates made. Listen to the conversation.
I thought he began his presentation rather well. He got our attention politely and introduced himself and his group.
I too liked the way he started the presentation. I particularly liked the way he got our attention. People were busy sipping their tea and chatting with the others. I think he said something like, "I think we should start. Good morning, respected teachers and my dear friends. I'm Kirti of the Einstein Group. On behalf of the Einstein Group, I welcome you to the short presentation."
That was awesome, wasn't it?
It was, and he looked quite confident too.
Yes. Don't forget the lovely smile he had on his face. It really made the presentation stand out from the rest.
True. Did you notice the way he got us involved in the presentation? In a short, crisp sentence, he stated the purpose of the presentation.
Of course. If I'm not mistaken, only one other presenter did that.
You're right. If I recall correctly, that other presenter was from the Newton Group.
Oh, yes. His too was an impressive presentation.
I agree. Kirti also told us how he wanted to deal with our questions, didn't he?
He did. He said, "I'll be happy to answer your questions after I have made my presentation."
Some presenters don't mind answering questions while they're making their presentation, right?
That's right. They announce it at the beginning of their presentation. They usually say, "Please don't hesitate to interrupt me if you have any questions or need any clarifications."
But that's the style of an experienced presenter, isn't it?
It is. Those new to making presentations are better off handling questions after their presentation.
Page 50A. Neetu is fixing a doctor's appointment. Listen to the dialogue. Good morning. KVG Hospital.
I'd like an appointment with your cardiologist, Dr. Suresh Reddy, please.
For when would you like the appointment?
For tomorrow.
Please hold the line. I'll check if I can fit you in tomorrow.
Sure.
Thanks for holding. I'm afraid Dr. Suresh is fully booked tomorrow. Would you like to consult our other cardiologist, Dr. Dinesh Mehra, instead?
I'm sorry, but we'd prefer to see Dr. Reddy.
That's okay. Would you like an appointment with Dr. Reddy for the day after tomorrow?
That'd be fine.
Would 12 noon suit you?
Sure.
Could I have the patient's name and age?
It is Mrs. Prema Kumar. She's 55.
Is it her first visit?
Yes.
Are you consulting Dr. Reddy on your general physician's advice?
No.
Okay. I have put you down for 12 noon, Friday, 15 June. Please be here by 11:30.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Have a nice day. Page 53B. Listen to see if you were right.
Good morning, Mr. Prem Kumar. This is Manish Gupta, Sales Manager, Signode Sanitary Solutions. Is this a good time for you to talk?
What's this regarding?
We've just launched our new line of sanitary ware, Mr. Kumar. I'd like you to visit our showroom and give us your feedback.
I see. I'm afraid I'm not free before the 20th. I could ask my deputy manager to take a look at the product line if you like.
If you don't mind, we'd prefer to wait till the 20th. We would like you to see the new line.
Let me see. I'm not free on Monday. I can come on Tuesday if that's okay.
Certainly. When can we expect you on Tuesday?
Well, say around 12 noon. Would that be all right?
Of course. I hope you'll have lunch with me afterwards. There's a new restaurant near our showroom that serves authentic Punjabi cuisine. It's received very good reviews in the local daily.
I'm afraid I've a luncheon meeting at 2. We'll go to your restaurant for dinner some evening.
Sure. Should I call you on the 21st to remind you about your visit?
Send me an email. My secretary will note it down in my diary.
I'll send you the mail at once. Thanks for your time.
You are welcome anytime.
Page 54. Structuring a presentation. Problem, cause, solution. Listen and repeat this text.
There has been a surge in thefts in our cities these days. On an average, 25 houses are burgled every day. Anxiety over the safety of homes has resulted in people not leaving their homes during long weekends, even during summer breaks. One of the main reasons for the sudden increase in thefts is the significant jump in the number of the urban poor. Fortunately, thefts can be easily prevented if a few precautions are taken. Security doors and electronic security systems can help prevent burglary. However, these are not totally effective. The most effective way to prevent theft is informing trustworthy neighbors about one's plans.
Page 55C. Listen to see if you were right.
Obesity in children is on the rise these days. Obesity leads to numerous chronic illnesses like diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. There are several reasons for child obesity: sedentary lifestyle, regular consumption of junk food, and reduced number of hours for physical education in schools. Child obesity can be prevented if the time children spend in front of the TV and PC is reduced. Educating children on the need for a balanced diet will solve the problem to an extent. The best solution, however, is parents becoming role models for their children.
Page 56A. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. I have sent an email to Sarika.
He says he has sent an email to Sarika.
2. I have no idea where Tarun is.
He says he hasn't got any idea where Tarun is.
3. Please inform Michael I'll be on leave tomorrow.
He wants me to inform Michael that he'll be on leave tomorrow.
4. I'll get chocolates for everyone if we win this game.
He has promised to get chocolates for everyone if we win this game.
C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. Raja claims he can get tickets for the late night show. 2. Rekha swears she has nothing to do with this. 3. He says he knows where Chitra keeps the store keys. 4. He threatens he will call the police if he doesn't get back his money. 5. Vyas has promised me he will return early.
Page 57A. Structuring a presentation, cause and effect. Listen and repeat these sentences.
Average global temperatures are expected to increase by 3.5 Fahrenheit by 2100, resulting in the warmest temperatures in the past million years. Sea levels are set to rise between 7 and 23 inches by the end of the century. Deserts worldwide are increasing as a result of warmer temperatures. The polar bear is nearly extinct in its natural habitat. What causes global warming? The major cause of global warming is the emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide into the atmosphere. By driving cars, using electricity from coal-fired power plants, or heating our homes with oil or natural gas, we release carbon dioxide and other heat-trapping gases into the atmosphere. Deforestation is another significant source of greenhouse gases. Fewer trees means less carbon dioxide conversion to oxygen.
Page 58C. Listen to see if you were right.
Nearly 250 million children in the world are child laborers. Of these, about 75 million are less than 10 years old. The largest number of child laborers is from the Asia-Pacific region. 70% of these children are employed in the agriculture sector, where they are exposed to hazardous chemicals. Every year, over 22,000 children die in work-related accidents. Poverty drives these children into working as laborers. In most cases, their income is necessary to the survival of their families. Absence of an adequate source of income forces families to send their children to work, even in such hazardous industries like mining and quarrying.
Page 59A. Listen and repeat this conversation.
Have you seen my cell phone?
A Nokia cell phone?
Yes, a black Nokia cell phone.
A black cell phone with a red trim?
That's the one.
I saw it on the small table.
The small table in the living room?
The small table in the drawing room.
Thanks.
B. Listen to these sentences and tick the right boxes.
1. We have weekly tests on Saturdays. We have weekly tests on Saturdays. 2. I'm from Trichy in Tamil Nadu. I'm from Trichy in Tamil Nadu. 3. I like to watch Hindi films. I like to watch Hindi films.
Page 60A. Listen to the incident and look at the pictures.
It happened a long time ago, but whenever I think of the incident, I burst into fits of laughter. I was teaching in a village school those days. There was nothing much to do in the village after school, so I often used to take the 5 o'clock bus to the nearest town to do some shopping. I'd take the last bus back to my village and reach home by 10, completely exhausted. During one of my trips, I ran into an old friend of mine. This friend persuaded me to go with him to his house. My friend filled me in on the major events in his life and treated me to a sumptuous meal. It was nearly 8:30 when I left his place. Since it was too late, I was forced to take a bus that went to one of the nearby villages and walk to my village. When I got off the bus, it was 11:15 and I had a solid 4-kilometer walk ahead of me. I set out for my village along the country road. The chilly winter air gave me goose pimples and my teeth began to chatter. I walked fast to keep myself warm and started singing under my breath to keep my mind off the dark and scary scene in front of me. I must have walked for 10 minutes when, out of the corner of my eye, I caught some unusual movement. I turned to look, and there, in front of me, was a dark, imposing figure standing right in the middle of my path. It looked as though it was waiting for me to get within its reach. I stopped dead in my tracks. I tried to look away, hoping that it would go away. But nothing of that sort happened. When I looked again, it was still there, waiting for me. My mind went blank. My mouth had gone dry, so I couldn't even shout for help. Gathering whatever little courage that was left in me, I took a couple of steps forward, hoping to see the figure disappear. But it didn't move an inch. Instead, it made a strange, unearthly noise as if to warn me. Without pausing to think, I picked up a stone and ran towards the figure, raising my arm to hurl the stone at the creature. When I was about to throw the stone, the figure cried out, "No, don't!" I was immensely relieved to hear a human voice. I cautiously approached the figure, still clutching the stone. When I was close enough, I saw in the dim light of the stars a terrified man, dressed in a black sweater and black trousers. He was an electrician, returning home after attending to an electrical breakdown in someone's house. When he saw me, a white, ghostly figure making strange noises, he too froze in his tracks. It was only when I picked up the stone to hurl at him that he realized that I was a fellow human being. Our loud, hearty laughter pierced the silence of the night, startling the little birds in the nearby bushes. Even today, whenever I watch a horror film or listen to a ghost story, I'm always reminded of my spooky experience.
Page 61A. Structuring a presentation. Topical order. Listen and repeat these sentences.
The SQR3 method reading can help you become an effective reader. When you use the SQR3 method, you survey, question, read, recite, and review. Let us look at survey first. When you survey a text, you do the following. Read the introduction, look at the contents, glance through the major headings, skim the questions and keywords, try to place the text in a context, and get a sense of what is important in the text. I will move to the second step, question. When you read each part of the text, you must ask 4 important questions. 1. What is the main point? 2. What are the supporting points? 3. What are the examples? 4. How is it related to the rest of the book and what I have already read on this topic? This will make you an active reader. Now I will discuss the next step in the SQR3 method, which is read. Read the text to find answers to your questions. Make notes while you read.
Page 62C. Listen to see if you were right.
For centuries, people have recorded strange occurrences in the skies. And yet we still are left with a nagging question. Are we alone in the universe? People can produce documentable, blurry photographs and videotapes of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, zipping and whirring through the night skies. Some even claim to have entered these alien craft, reporting that they have been examined and even assaulted by these beings. And, of course, there are those sad cases where people are sucked up by flying saucers, never to return to terra firma. But still, it's hard for some people to believe all this. First of all, it is a matter of distance. Our closest celestial neighbor, a star called Alpha Centauri, is around 4.5 light years away.
Page 63A. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. Are you going to Ratan's house for dinner? I asked him if he was going to Ratan's house for dinner.
2. Has anyone placed the order for snacks?
Rishi wanted to know if anyone had placed the order for snacks. 3. Who forwarded the email to the principal?
Renu wondered who had forwarded the email to the principal.
4. How was the film?
Vani asked me how the film was.
Page 64C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. Rishi wanted to know how many ice creams I had ordered. 2. Rani wondered who the girl in the yellow dress was. 3. Abhishek asked Kalyani if she knew where Prema lived. 4. Varun asked Kiran if he could pick him up at 8. 5. Giri asked Tarun if it was too late to apply to college.
Page 65B. Listen to the poem and try to read it the way the reader recited it.
Elephant Eternity by Adrian Mitchell. Elephants walking under juicy leaf trees, walking with their children under juicy leaf trees. Elephants, elephants, walking like time. Elephants bathing in the foam floody river, fountaining their children in the mothery river. Elephants, elephants, bathing like happiness. Strong and gentle elephants, standing on the earth. Strong and gentle elephants, like peace. Time is walking under elephant trees. Happiness is bathing in the elephant river. Strong, gentle peace is shining all over the elephant earth.
Page 67A. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. I used to eat a lot of junk food, doctor.
Rajan admitted to the doctor that he used to eat a lot of junk food. 2. You could have avoided surgery if you had taken the course of medicine.
The doctor felt that I could have avoided surgery if I had taken the course of medicine.
3. I had never liked Chinese food until I ate the noodles at the new Chinese restaurant.
He said he had never liked Chinese food until he ate the noodles at the new Chinese restaurant. 4. I might meet Paul in Delhi.
He told me that he might meet Paul in Delhi.
68C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. Mahesh told me that he had not watched a Hindi film before he went to Mumbai. 2. Krish complained that the team would have won the match if the umpiring had been good. 3. Bishan informed us that the party might end around midnight. 4. Farhan told me that he used to eat a lot of sweets. 5. Amit told me that we could have reached there in time if I had gone to the railway station on time.
Page 69A. Drawing attention to visual aids. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. Let us look at a diagram to understand the process better. 2. As you can see from the table on the blackboard, there were 150 working days in 2010. 3. Notice how the color of the liquid changes when I add sulfuric acid to it. 4. Please have a look at this graph. 5. The red button in front is the power button.
Page 70C. Listen to see if you were right.
1. The pie chart you see here illustrates the time allotted for each subject. 2. Let's take a look at the graph on the city's population. 3. I'd like to draw your attention to the fourth column on the table. 4. The figures show that the number of cars has increased by over 120%. 5. If you look more closely at the diagram, you will see the two nodes.
Page 73A. Listen to the conversation between Varsha and her father.
Dad, I've done my homework. Can I please watch TV for some time?
I thought you'd watched your favorite programs. before you started doing your homework.
I have nothing to do. I'm terribly bored.
Why don't you read a book?
I'm not in a mood to read. Can I chat with my friends for a while?
Didn't you chat with them in school?
Yes, but online chatting is much more fun.
I have an idea. Why don't we play a game?
Dad, I had 2 hours of physical education. I'm exhausted.
Let's play a language game. That shouldn't be too tiring, I guess.
Good idea. What do you have in mind?
Let's play 20 questions.
How do we play 20 questions?
The game's quite simple. I'll think of an object. You must guess the object by asking me a few yes/no questions. You're allowed a maximum of 20 questions. You can make 3 guesses. If you correctly guess the object, you'll get 1 point. If you don't, I'll get a point. Then it's your turn to think of an object and my turn to guess.
Give me an example of a yes/no question.
Is the object in this room? Does everyone use it? Do we use it at home? Is it made of wood? Is it very small?
I got it. How many turns do I get?
Each of us gets 3 turns to guess and 3 turns to think of objects.
Great. Let me think of an object first. You guess the object.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Okay, I've thought of an object.
What's it?
Dad, please.
Sorry. Is it in this room?
Yes.
Is it a small object?
Yes.
Is it made of plastic or glass?
Yes.
Does it work on electricity?
Yes.
Is it rectangular?
Yes.
It is small. It's in this room. It's rectangular. It's made of plastic. And it works on electricity.
5 questions are over.
Is it very expensive?
No.
Does it come in many colors?
Yes.
Is it used for telling the time?
Yes.
Is it the wall clock?
No. You have 2 guesses left.
Does everyone use it?
Yes.
Do we carry it with us?
Yes.
Do we use it to communicate with people?
Yes.
Is it the cell phone?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes, I get a point. Now it's your turn to guess the object I think of.
Page 71 and 72. A. Listen to this sentence. It can be spoken in 2 ways.
1. I will define clean energy, list the sources of clean energy, discuss the benefits of clean energy, and briefly describe clean energy technologies. 2. I will define clean energy, list the sources of clean energy, discuss the benefits of clean energy, and briefly describe clean energy technologies.
In the first example, the speaker speaks fast without pausing. In the second example, the speaker pauses between thought groups and helps the listener organize the information in the sentence. B. Listen to these sentences. Does the speaker pause at the right places? Tick the right boxes.
1. I will deal with 3 questions in my presentation. What is health? Insurance, who benefits from it? What does it cost to insure oneself against serious diseases? 2. I have divided my presentation into 3 parts. Introduction to World Wildlife Fund, importance of the organization, children's contribution to the organization's efforts. 3. My presentation today has 2 parts: reasons for the increased number of road accidents, role of school children in making our roads safe. 4. I will discuss 3 important issues in the course of my presentation: TV addiction, consequences of TV addiction, and ways to fight off this addiction.
Page 74. D. Listen to see if you were right.
1. How big is it? 2. How heavy is it? 3. What shape is it? 4. What is it made of? 5. What color is it? 6. Where is it made? 7. Where can we buy it? 8. How expensive is it? 9. What is it used for? 10. How often do we use it?
Page 75A. Giving examples to clarify a point, listen and repeat these sentences.
1. As an illustration, students perform badly when tests are conducted after festival holidays. 2. Let me present the attendance percentage of 10 students to demonstrate this point. 3. Let me explain this concept with the help of an example. 4. Let us look at a specific instance of bad handwriting affecting one's grade.
Page 76A. Listen to the conversation between Prakash and the policeman.
Can you describe the second man to me?
Well, he's quite short and thick-set.
Did you manage to have a good look at his face?
I did. He had black curly hair and grey eyes with bushy eyebrows.
Anything else?
His face was round. He had high cheekbones and a hooked nose. He had a thick moustache.
You seem to have an eye for detail.
Thank you. Oh, yes. The man had a wide forehead and some kind of a birthmark.
Wonderful. We'll check our records to see if this man has a criminal record. You said you couldn't get a good look at the first burglar, didn't you?
That's right. He was at a fair distance from where I was, and it was quite dark.
I know what you mean. Would you say he was a tall man?
Yes, and he's quite well built too.
Anything distinct about the way he moved?
No, he ran like a hare and disappeared into the night.
Must be a young fellow. Don't worry, we'll catch them soon.
Thank you.
Page 77A. Answering difficult questions. Listen and repeat these sentences.
1. Could you give us an example of skimming?
Now, let me see. When you start reading the newspaper, you take a quick look at the headlines, don't you? That's an example of skimming.
2. Does chaos theory work with political movements?
Let me think. Take the example of the recent popular uprising in certain parts of the world. Some say it's been brought about by an individual's appeal to the people of her country on YouTube.
3. Why do you blame the management for their poor performance?
I'm not blaming anyone. How shall I put it? I'm only suggesting that poor management could have contributed to it in some way.
4. Is it easy to switch to an environment-friendly lifestyle?
That's an interesting question. I agree it is not easy, but it's worth the effort.
Page 79B. Listen to the poem and practice saying it aloud.
Work by Henry van Dyke. Let me but do my work from day to day, in field or forest, at the desk or loom, in roaring marketplace or tranquil room. let me but find it in my heart to say. When vagrant wishes beckon me astray, this is my work, my blessing, not my doom. Of all who live, I am the one by whom this work can best be done in the right way. Then shall I see it not too great nor small, to suit my spirit and to prove my powers. Then shall I cheerful greet the labouring hours, and cheerful turn when the long shadows fall, at eventide, to play and love and rest, because I know for me my work is best.
Congratulations! You've just completed your work at the 9th level. Good luck with Book 10.